welcome or welcome back. We are continuing with the seasonal truck wall hanging, and I already started on this tree, and I already found a misprint here. It says fold the tree truck in half. It's meant to say trunk, so that's what that says, but I thought that was kind of funny. So the tree trunk is the brown felt, and basically fold it in half and put a little stuffing in it and then close it up. That's pretty easy. And then we're going to applique the trunk, not the truck. See, it says truck. The trunk of the back of the tree to the back. So this is the back of the tree, and we're going to applique it all the way around using brown. So I'm just going to start anywhere. I'll just start right here. Normally I would use, and you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to use green because we're going to actually come down here and I don't want to see brown. So let me switch it up real quick. Okay, take two. So I grabbed the right color this time. And I'm just going to start right here. That way, if I go through the back, it'll match the green tree. So we're just going to go all the way around. And this is supposed to line up with the front of the tree. Yeah, I stopped editing my videos just because, one, it's a lot of work to go back and edit, and two, you know, real life is real life. So luckily that was an easy mistake that's fixable. I've done a lot worse. Okay, and now I'm going to go through the back here. I mean, luckily this probably won't be seen, but I will know. So I'm going to finish this, and then we're going to cut out the front. So sequin stuff, applique the tree pieces to the back of the tree before we even do any sequining. Oh no, I just said sequining. I'm trying to multitask here. So sequin stuff and applique each tree piece to the tree, which makes more sense. Okay. We got that. I'm just gonna leave the tail there since it will be covered up anyway. Okay. I think I got a neighbor mow in the backyard. All right, so that's done. So now we get to grab the pieces, and there's 3 different pieces, 24, 25, 26. Now it looks like my neighbor is edging their lawn, so if you hear that, that's what that is. Okay, so we're gonna look for 24, which is the biggest piece right here. Cut that out. We're going to bead and sequin this one, and then stuff and applique. And then we're going to do that with the other 2. And they're going to stack on top. And if you look at the picture, it's pretty darn simple. It's one color, just green. If you want to add stuff to it, you totally can. I'm keeping it green because it looks like the tree was just cut, so it's a fresh tree, not decorated, and you know, we're bringing it home for Christmas. So I'm just gonna keep it as intended, and that's it for the tree. Like, it's super simple. So Yeah, so if you watched my first tutorial, if you missed the last tutorial on beads and sequins, go ahead and watch that. I don't like to repeat myself, so I'm just gonna grab the beads and sequins for this piece and the other two pieces. When I come back, the tree should be done. So it's pretty darn simple to do. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm always there to answer your questions. So, all right, when I come back, the tree will be done, and then we will work on the pumpkins. All right, so here's what the tree looks like. Pretty simple, right? Here's the back. And it says to not stuff it too much because it needs to fit in the back of the truck. So there we go. How cute does that look? Oh my gosh. Classic, right? Very cute. Next we'll be working on the pumpkins, which I've already started. So let me grab the pumpkins real quick. So here are the pumpkins. So we have a couple of pumpkins to put together. So it's a basic outline stitch with brown, 2 strands, and then the beads and sequins. So I already placed this one. I haven't put it on yet. But these will be stuffed, and looks like these two go together, and then the 31 goes here, and then 32, and then yeah, so basic. It's pretty basic. So you can tell I've started. I just finished the embroidery yesterday, and now I got to cut them out and put the beads and sequins on them, and slowly assemble this. But yeah, so it's basically the same rules apply. So we're gonna apply this to this piece, and we're gonna stuff it slightly, and then we'll do the next piece. So when we're attaching pieces together that we will be stuffing, I like to go do the edge first, just to make sure that the edge lines up nicely, because again, felt does stretch, so I just want to make sure the edge looks nice. So I'm just going to start here. And work my way around. Okay, so it looks nice and flat. I'm going to stop probably around here-ish. Stuff it very slightly, and then I'll close it up. So I grabbed a little bit of stuffing. I'm just going to add it to the pumpkin. Like that. Feels pretty good. Just take my needle and kind of push it in. Make sure that the stamp's covered, and then close it up. I like the 3D effect of the piled up pumpkins. It's pretty cute. Okay, so once this is done, let me look at the instructions. So this is 29 and 30. Oh, 28, 27. Oh, the 29 is the stem. So 29 is the stem, which is right here. So that'll be next. I had to do this part off camera because it was so finicky. So I had to applicate this tiny little piece onto the pumpkin, and now we're going to add the embroidery. Lines are a little hard to see. We're doing a back stitch. So I'm just going to start here. And I'm just going to work my way around the piece. Hopefully you can see it. It's hard to see because it's so tiny. So if you have a hard time seeing, you might need to grab a magnifying glass for this part, because the pieces are tiny. But at least we're not doing an outline stitch, because that would be difficult on this tiny little piece. Yeah, the details are very tiny, but do the best you can. Oh, see, that just came through the edge. Okay, I'm gonna have to go down a little bit more. I went through the stitch on this part because you saw how it frayed, so. All right. I mean, honestly, the embroidery, you can barely see it. It doesn't add a lot to it, but it's there, so you can see it better on the back side than you can on the front. All right. Well, it is what it is, so. Next part. So that was 30, or 29. Now we're gonna do applique the stem number 30 and then add the embroidery. So number 30 is right here, which goes directly onto the pumpkin. So same thing, we're just gonna cut out number 30. I think number 30 is brown, so I'm just gonna grab my brown. So 30, we're gonna cut that out, stick that on, and then we'll do the pumpkin on top. We've gotten to this point where I started about here and I went all the way around and I stopped here, and I'm just adding stuffing. And then I'll keep closing it. So I ran out of thread too, so I had to grab some more thread. So I'll just keep closing it. It's so hot today. I ended up having to mow the lawn at like 10 a.m. this morning, and it was already like almost 80 degrees outside. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna continue doing this, sewing a little bit, stuffing, and then I'll close it up. So, and then we'll add the last pumpkin. All right, this piece, putting this together was a little tricky. This brown piece kept fraying on me, so yeah, it was a bit tricky, but luckily it worked out. So it's pretty simple to put together. So brown piece attached to the, the orange, and then, front to back, and then stuff. So we're gonna add this last pumpkin to the bundle of pumpkins here. Let me actually grab some clips just to make sure it doesn't move around. I'm gonna put a couple down here. Okay, and we're gonna just tack it down with as few stitches as possible. We're still getting that 3D effect going on. And just make sure you're covering the stamp as you're going around. If for some reason you can't cover the stamp, you could always take your needle and rub it off. Or even take some scissors to it and snip it off. And then once this is on, we'll be done with the pumpkins. And I'm probably going to end the video here. So next time we will start on the next set, the last two of this kit, and possibly finishing the wall hanging. So we'll see how long those take me to put together. Alright, so that seems pretty good. Actually, I'm going to make a knot right here. And then I'm going to hide my tail like that and pull it through like so. And that is done. I'm really not a fan of the brown. I'm not a fan of the brown stems. They're just, the brown felt itself is just so thin. But the green looked really good. So let me grab my scissors. Snip this off. Alright, pumpkins are done. And I put the tree in the other way last time, but I looked at the picture and it's actually facing this way. So that's what the tree is supposed to look like. I don't think it matters, but let's look to see what the pumpkins look like. Cute! Okay, that is so cute. Put the pumpkins in there. That's cute. Okay, so, I mean, I could do it like that too, but I don't see a reason to do it that way. So yeah, cute little pumpkins in the back of the truck. So here are the two finished. And then the next two, we're looking at the Easter eggs. And then finally the sunflowers. And then the last step is step 6, which is finishing. So depending on how long it takes me to put the Easter eggs and the sunflowers together, excuse me, it might be another 2 more videos. So it really depends. I'll try and get as many of the embroidery and beading done as possible that we've already covered. If there's anything different, I'll show you, obviously, but yeah, so let me know if you have any questions down below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.